You know, they're hard workers. I really appreciate that. They work their butts off, and you know, we come out. You know, I know they're sore, they're tired, and they just come out here and grind every day, and that's what I really appreciate. The one thing I think you can control, what I tell my boys and my kids all the time is, you know, you can control your effort level, and you might not get it right all the time. You might not even be the best, but your effort can always be high in there, and that's something you can always control.
Did you go back and spend a lot of time looking at film of what they did last year on the line and how it impacted the running game?
You know, I just watched the guys that I knew that I was going to be coaching. I just watched the floor. I didn't watch really the schemes of it. You could see what was good, what was bad, you know, that happened. It happens all over football. But I just watched those four. I wanted to know what I had. I watched the whole season. I watched the whole training camp and spring ball. And then, because I needed to see the guys that weren't on that film that didn't get to play in games, and so I had to see all the young guys play. It was good, learning experience. You know, just right now what I thought their pluses and minuses are, and what really, at the end of the day, what they do good and what they do just need to improve on. Because you're a teacher at the end of the day. How do you get them better? And I think they're working at that.
What are those primary things that you're working to get better at, would you say?
Not singling anybody out, but you're always working your hands, you're always working your feet. Some of the things, the first things we do, like is run game. We do that every day, it doesn't change. Your feet always have to be perfect, your hand placement. I'm a believer in technique, and if you can be technically sound, you don't have to be the best all the time. You don't have to be the best at all, but if you're technically sound, you give yourself a chance.
There were a couple switches with Andre moving to left guard and Kenny moving to right tackle. What was the thought process behind those two moves, and what have you thought of their job?
You know, I thought that was the better way to line up, really, at the end of the day. They're still all five in the lineup. It was just a thought process of what I thought they were a little bit better at doing. I see Lacey more right tackle and Andre inside. Andre can play everywhere, though. He's very he's like a utility. You see him at practice, he's all over the place. But it was just the way when I evaluated him and got to actually get out on the field and see it. But that's kind of what we thought was best for us right now, and they're working together well.
How closely linked is what you do with what Coach Foster does as far as like when you putting together plans for getting the running game going?
You know, I think as an offense, we just got together and figured out what we want to be as an offense, and we all were throwing in ideas, and we have an idea of what we want to be, and we're trying to strive for that. And Coach Foster, he was a good back himself and played a lot of years and played here, and he's got a lot of information, and he's a good student of the game too himself, and some good input, and he sees it through a back's eyes, which is fun because he understands, well, I don't like it out of gun, or I do like it out of gun, I want it in the center. Those are great ideas, and what he thinks is best for the backs. We want to fit our personnel. You don't want to always put a system in just, hey, this is our system. How does your personnel fit? What do they do best? And that's what we're learning, out here in spring.
What was the process of you coming to UCLA, obviously, with this big offensive coaching staff turnaround?
I don't know. I was coaching the East-West Shrine game down in Tampa, Florida, still with the Vikings, and Rick Spellman gave me a call and said, hey, Coach Moore wants to interview you, and would you be interested? And I thought it was a great opportunity for my career, and I told him yes, and like the next day I was being interviewed, and that following week I got hired, and then I went from Tampa with a bag just for the beach to go to the Senior Bowl to out here instead, and didn't go back to Minnesota for like a week or two. So it was fast. My wife and I made a decision and thought it was best for our family and my career, and I loved it. I have a lot of respect for Coach Moore, and never played for him. I played against him, but I know he's a great man, and I hold him in high regards, and that's the reason I chose it. And I didn't know Coach Fish, but I knew people that knew him, and thought it was a great opportunity for me.
So have you really gotten a chance to settle into life in California yet, or are you still?
I've been out here previous 2 stops at USD and San Jose State, so I know a little bit about California, but right now I'm pretty much settled in a little bit. I'll be honest, the wife and kids, my wife is more still in Minnesota. Running around ice rinks, we got 4 boys and a little girl. Ice rinks, baseball fields, and football fields. That's what she does. And right now I'm settling in, but it's been good. It's been a great transition, and a real strong wife back home that allows me to do something I love to do, and she really supports it. So it's her decision too.